Hey, welcome to the Urban Sports Scene. If you haven't heard of us, we're an alternative sports talk show with a unique perspective. Sitting to my left here is my man, Jeffrey Fish Walters. In front of me, Wally Akinzo, and my man over here, Will T. Shorter. We have a number of topics to discuss, including the NFL Draft, Big Ben, and the Washington Capitals. But if you haven't heard, the NFL schedule just came out, and we got two big notable games coming up. The Saints and Vikings open up on Thursday night, and the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Redskins right here in D.C. on Sunday night. My whole thing is, how did Skins get on TV that early in the season?
They got a black quarterback now. They're going to be in prime time.
They've always had a black quarterback.
Change. People want to see how Shanahan and McNabb want to do.
But is that good? I mean, we talking about, a losing team that won 4 games last year, so overnight they get to be in prime time. They can't work themselves to a 4 o'clock game.
Anything is better than last year. You can only go up from 4 games.
But even still, though, but the Vikings and the Saints for the opening game, we don't even know if Brett Favre is even their quarterback. Who wants to see Tavares Jackson open the season?
That was a good game last year. They deserved that. That's not what we're talking about. The Redskins, again, how they get on, we still don't know.
Actually, if you think about it, the Redskins have a new regime. I mean, that's the interesting part of the whole thing. We're going with, like you said, Donovan McNabb. We have a whole new defensive scheme. So it's really compelling.
Man, the only way they need to be on the new open the season up is if T.O. come, as the rumors they keep talking about in D.C. right now. If T.O. and McNabb open up the season, then I want to see that game.
There's no need for T.O. We got Malcolm Kelly, Devin Thomas. We need to progress our young talent.
They were only good in college.
If you get T.O. is at least at worst your number 2 receiver.
For those of y'all don't know, Mr. Wally is a Redskins fan, so it's a biased perspective that's coming his way. So
yeah, he still thinks Dexter Manor belongs in the NFL Hall of Fame,
and Brian Mitchell. So listen to what we're saying. But go ahead, my bad.
No, I totally disagree anyway with what Ray is saying anyway. Actually, like I said, Donovan McNabb has always progressed young. See, y'all laughing. Dang, Donovan McNabb has always progressed young talented wide receivers. We got Malcolm Kelly, and we have Devin Thomas. 2 young receivers that didn't get an opportunity to do anything. Now we have a veteran quarterback to put them over the
As
level.
an Eagles fan, I disagree with that statement. McNabb has not progressed any young wide receivers.
Jason Avant
had a solid work ethic. Plus, he was at Michigan and was a star at Michigan.
Yes, he was a star, but Donovan McNabb did work.
Let's also state facts. It's not like Jason Avant's the starter. He's a slot receiver.
But still,
he's the number 3 receiver.
But an effective number 3 wide receiver. Young wide receiver who has been effective.
Is he really young? Because he's like in his 5th season.
If you think about him, he came out. He was supposed to be basically just a journeyman kind of wide receiver. Now as a slot wide receiver, he's quite effective.
How is that effective? He's a C student wide receiver right now. He's not even a starter.
That goes more to speak to his work ethic than McNabb, if anything. I mean, McNabb threw a lot of balls in the ground over the middle when he ran those crossing routes.
He also had a lot of 5 touchdown games.
But we talking about a passing team. They don't run the ball. So you expect the Redskins to air it out now?
And now you're going with the old Redskins offense. This is the new Redskins
offense.
Well,
I think this is an ongoing debate. Obviously, Donovan McNabb didn't have a good receiving core up until last year with Philly. But let's move on to the Cowboys. They had a good season last year. Defense was real good. What do you think the Cowboys going to bring on that first night? Do you think they're going to beat the Redskins? Let's make our picks today.
I mean, this Fish expertise right here. Fish
I'm a
Cowboys
fan. I live in the D.C. area, but I think right now the Cowboys are doing their thing by pretty much staying on the low and keeping everything calm and steady in Big D. But, I mean, to open up the season in D.C. for a 4-12 team, they should have been opening up the stadium down in Texas. But I think that the Redskins opening up the season with the Cowboys is not a good look for them, because once you lose to the Cowboys, they know they get on a bad winning streak bad losing streak after that. So, but who doesn't want to see Romo and Jerry Jones? Hell, we might draft Tebow to talk about him on the sidelines.
Did you already clown that, man?
Tebow is a church-going dude. He ain't coming to smoke drugs with Michael Irvin and go with strippers. If y'all turn Tebow out, y'all never going to get anybody else good in the draft. So, who y'all picking, man? Cowboys or Skins?
I'm taking the boys. It hurts my heart, but I'm taking the boys. I just think they have too much firepower for the Redskins. It's too much uncertainty with the Redskins going to a 3-4 defense, lacking cornerbacks, lacking really a pass rush, and on offense you really don't know how the Redskins are going to respond to Shanahan. Me being an Eagles fan, I hate the fact that we traded McNabb, but at the same time, I'm also cognizant of the fact that I know that he, unless he has at least average wide receivers, which the Redskins don't have.
Me personally, I'm going with the boys. Only way I'm going with the
What a
Redskins
surprise.
is if Albert Hainsworth buys some bass for his voice with all that money he's receiving now. But
Oh, he has a white voice, a Barry Bonds voice, and he's what, 6'8"?
so right now, I don't see the Redskins doing too much.
I'm not
But
hating on nobody, but Will has reminded us he's an Eagles fan twice already. We got a Cowboys fan. I'm the only one who's not involved with this NFC East thing. But go ahead. Who's next as far
Oh
as
yeah,
the
I
picks?
predicted the Washington Redskins will win the game.
What a surprise.
Not a surprise at all. Actually, what's going to happen is it's going to remind me of back in the day when Santana Moss caught those 2 bombs to put us over the top.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So basically, what I see is, Santana
That's
Moss
whack.
breaking
They
the
win the
season.
game last year. in
Yeah,
the NFC East.
typical Redskin fan living off the past.
Like I said, Santana Moss will have a stellar game, have about 2 touchdowns and 100 yards, something similar to like what Deshaun Jackson does to the Cowboys.
You know, that's
Did
the
he?
great thing. You know,
Did
that's
he?
the great thing about this being
It's
just.
good you brought that up because the last couple games that Deshaun Jackson had, he didn't really do too much. So that's a great person to compare
Well, he
Santana
did
to.
have a touchdown in that game, I believe.
What began? No, that was
he did not. Jeremy Maclin
that
for
was
Michael
Macklin.
Vick.
That was
His
my-
one long pass.
tough.
Anyway,
Big game a pit bull pass and he went all the way.
The big story is going to be McNabb with his chunky soup and his hairline and thick mustache, and he's out of shape. Hopefully he'll get in shape. But speaking of quarterbacks, we want to touch on Big Ben today. He's been in the news a lot lately. Raping little college girls, giving them liquor. What y'all
Allegedly.
think about
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
that? OJ
You know
was
what?
convicted by everybody
Allegedly
in the court of
is
public
means you
opinion.
haven't been convicted in a courtroom. That's what
Exactly.
allegedly means. I
But
think if Big Ben name was Tyrone, he'd be in county jail
Tyrone
for real.
Roethlisberger.
But you want to know the
Sorry.
crazy thing about the whole
Time.
situation is during the press conference, the DA kept referring to the young lady as the victim,
yeah.
the victim, the victim. If she's the victim, then evidently
Something
Big Ben,
happened.
something happened. I think all the facts need to come out in the court of public opinion, but that'll never come out just because
Big Ben would have loved Lupo was the auto party with Big Ben.
You know what they need to do? Everybody who plays a Steeler, I will
Everybody
bring
know
her to
about
the
this.
games and have her sit right on the sidelines. That's a move that needs to happen.
Arr.
But
Wow.
Big Ben, I mean, if Big Ben was black, Big Ben would be suspended by now.
Well, I mean, my
definitely.
man said in an article the other day, what if that's your daughter? What if that's your sister? You'd be heated right now. You probably wouldn't even watch football at this point, depending on what his suspension is. I'm saying 8 games.
On top of that, the girl's only 20 years old in a bar drinking,
He's giving her drinks at that. Yeah.
giving her drinks. Come on, that's at least a charge
He
on
should get 8
aiding
games, 8
a
games.
minor getting drunk.
Man, he need to be charged. All that money he make, he can't get a hotel room. I mean, I know they was in that little town in
Does that
Georgia.
make it better, though?
I mean, I'm just saying, a bathroom.
Wow.
Come on, Big Ben, you won 2 Super Bowls. You can't afford at least a hotel room
Big
with the
Ben
girl.
shaking off tackles. He ain't shaking off little girls who's trying to get away, dog. He's strong.
He's
out
on
there,
the
man.
higher learning type stuff, man.
I think Big Ben
Nah,
with his
it's the program. Remember? What was his
Ladderman.
name?
Straw garbage.
You gonna tease me?
But right now, Big Ben, man, he's catching assault charges left and right. Seem like every other year.
But if you think about the funny thing about it, in all actuality, is that under Paul Tagliabue, this thing will never be an issue. He wouldn't get suspended. People like Pac-Man wouldn't get suspended and things of that sort.
Yeah.
And now you got Roger Goodell, who's kind of made it to this point where something like this he can get suspended just because of the trend he set.
That man gave Pac-Man 4 games for fighting in the bathroom.
With
And
his
about
own
that-
security.
And making it rain in the strip club.
Exactly.
And he never got convicted of anything in regards to that. But I'm not defending Pac-Man. I don't get it twisted. I don't defend any of these guys, to be honest. But, I mean, it sucks, but race is still a factor.
Well, I think race and also just the fact that, I'm pretty sure if I took a woman to the bathroom and the court of law thinks I did something wrong with her, I mean, I'm not going to be keeping my job when I go to work on Monday. That's just like, Gilbert Arenas being 2 pistols. I mean,
It was more than 2.
the opportunity in sports means you can get away with pretty much anything you want. But Big Ben, I mean, I think it's a race and it's also a team issue because if Big Ben played for the Seattle Seahawks, played for the Seahawks or a lonely team, I think he might be in jail for real.
Ask Antonio Holmes. He's gone.
That just goes to show the onus